Hello, I'm Russell Williams, and I lead the online digital marketing course at the University of Aberdeen. The online digital marketing course introduces students to key strategic and tactical concepts important for both understanding the marketplace, the digital marketplace, as well as how firms can develop a sustainable competitive position within it. At a strategic level, we'll cover a couple of different concepts. One of the key concepts we'll start with is something called the SOSTAC framework. SOSTAC standing for situation analysis, objective setting, strategy, tactic or tactics, action, and control. A second framework we'll look at is something called the RACE framework. RACE standing for reach, act, convert, and engage. We'll also be looking at the important concept of the customer journey. Now, this is an important concept because it highlights to firms where they can have points of contact with customers as the students engage in their decision-making process. And the key thing for firms is to try and have or create optimal experiences for the customer at those touch points. Now, moving away from strategy or coming down away from strategy into tactics, something about those actual touch points where firms look to engage directly with customers or potential customers, we'll consider a number of important concepts. So, for example, we'll look at the customer experience. What exactly do we mean by experience? Is experience given to the customers, or can that experience be more optimally co-created with the customer? We'll also look at service quality. Service quality is a well-established concept in the physical world, but what does it mean in the digital world? And we'll be looking at how we tease that out and how we might measure service quality. We'll be looking at search engine marketing, and in particular, search engine optimization. How is it that firms can create digital assets that will be highlighted in the search processes of consumers or come up when consumers are looking for things? We'll also look at the growing trend and the growing role of influencer marketing. So who are these influencers? What makes them so powerful? Is it something about the influencers themselves, their characteristics? Or is it something about what they do, their posts? We'll also look at the topic of online trust. How do we build trust when we're out with our normal experience of physical in proximity to another person? Here, our engagement with a firm is mediated by a computer or the web. How do we send trust signals as a firm to a consumer that makes them feel secure, safe to interact with us, especially if we're an unknown brand to them? And then we'll also be looking at third-party endorsements. What's the role of intermediaries in helping to establish trust between firms and consumers? So we'll be learning about these concepts through the course. And what I want to highlight, just to finish this short post off, participants receive dedicated readings. They're pointed to specific readings to engage with. And these, importantly, are also complemented by practitioner readings. The module is not just about theory, it's about theory into practice. So we'll hear about the theory, but we'll also hear about how practitioners are operationalizing that theory. But perhaps most importantly, the course also has webinars. Through the semester, the course has 8 webinars. That's face-to-face meetings between the student and myself, the facilitator, the course coordinator. And in this webinar, or these webinars, we'll have the opportunity to test some of these concepts, look at how they are applied or could be applied, and maybe the limits of their application in particular contexts. Now, finally, as a footnote to this introduction, we're also going to be introducing the concept of AI and augmented reality and virtual reality. What do these concepts or tools or techniques, what are they adding to digital marketing, or what will be their role in digital marketing going forward? I look forward to working with you.